Hey everyone, it seems like we are live.
Yeah, seems so.
Great. Yeah, so let's start with a small minute for everyone to join this webinar today. Meanwhile, let us know in the comments in the YouTube chat if you can hear us well and the connection is great, so that we will know that if we need to do some adjustments for the audio or video part of things. So yeah, while we are waiting for everyone to join, how you guys are doing? I know that most of our guests on the webinars usually comes from different countries. So how is your day starting? Feel free to share your thoughts on this day in the YouTube chat and or say hi probably. Yeah. Meanwhile, I guess we have to do a small round of introductions. So yeah, today you joined the webinar of Pushwoosh. Hey Map, we are great. Thank you.
Yeah, doing
Finally,
well. Thanks for asking.
someone answered in the chat. That's great. Yeah, so today we have a webinar regarding the segmentation on Pushwoosh platform. My name is Vlad and I do customer success here on Pushwoosh. We also have Max here. Yeah, Max is the part of customer success team as well. And today we are hosting the segmentation webinar for Pushwoosh platform. So yeah, let's start with the agenda for today. First of all, why do you need segmentation for users and how we do this in Pushwoosh? We will show you basic examples on how segmentation works in Pushwoosh on basis of which tools it is built in Pushwoosh, how you can manage those segments in Pushwoosh. We will show you some cases of how you can move from simple to more advanced segmentation, and there's also going to be a demonstration of our tool called RFM analysis or RFM segments. And of course, our today's meeting will be filled with different demos, and we will be show you not only the presentation, but also how to achieve these results in the platform itself. So yeah, I guess we will start from the topic of why you actually need segmentation in your push notifications. Well, first of all, segmentation feature allows you to create specific pool of the application's audience, so users with conditions of text that you may set up. Let's say if you look to send a reactivation push for users who haven't opened the app for, let's say, a week or so, or you want to send a notification with some information about new builds of the application to your audience, that can be done through segmentation cases strictly. Not only segmentation allows you to specifically reach different parts of your audience, but also the use of segmentation really increases different metrics such as CTRs, engagement, retention, etc. So yeah, you will after the let's say comparison between simple broadcast push notification or targeted push notification, you will totally see some great results in different metrics when we're talking about push notification metrics like CTR once again. Yeah, the next part of thing show you the basic segmentation, and right here I guess Max will join the demonstration as well.
Yeah. So let's continue with some basics. And I would like to start with the following. In Pushwoosh, segmentation tools include two important entities. Those entities are tags and segments. Let's begin with tags. What are tags? I can say that that's a synonym for labels or variables or different device or user properties. That is worth to mention that here at Pushwoosh, we divide tags into a couple of groups, default ones and custom tags. Default tags are those data points that are being collected out of the box without any additional development once the Pushwoosh SDK is integrated into the mobile application or website. So as a default tags, we collect city and country geotags. We also know all the device models of subscribed devices. System languages of devices, allowing us to provide a multi-language push notification feature. We also know all the dates and times when the mobile application was installed for the first time and when it was opened for the last time, giving you an opportunity to have the out-of-the-box available segments for onboarding and retention. We also collect some additional things like operating system version and whether the push alerts are enabled on device. In other words, pushes are permitted by a user or blocked. This is what is related to so-called default tags. In addition to those default data points, in Pushwoosh, that is also possible to implement your own unique segmentation criteria which are relevant to your own business cases. As a custom tag, we can collect such segmentation criteria as favorite sports team, favorite football player, loyalty program level, preferred news categories for news and media applications, whether user purchased something within the mobile application, and so on and so forth. Also, uh, we provide some out of the box available segments to try segmentation at the very beginning of using the platform. For example, those 5 segments are available in any Pushwoosh account. First couple of segments can be really useful for simple retention campaigns, like the criteria here is based on the last application open tag. In other words, whether user wasn't active within the app for 3 days or 7 days. Simple condition like first install is 1 day ago or even less outlines the audience segment of 24-hour installs of the mobile application, giving you an opportunity to prepare some onboarding campaigns. Purchase something segment consists of one simple condition, whether a user purchased something in the app. In other words, in-app purchase is not 0. And the last segment outlines the audience that allowed showing push alerts on their mobile devices. Now, let's switch to the segments section of the Pushwoosh UI, which already contains all the segments which were predefined and created by the Pushwoosh platform user. And let's see what we can do here in terms of segments management. First, in addition to the ability to outline segments with tag conditions, that is possible to import your own prepared to upload your own segments prepared in any third-party systems as a CSV files. Those segments should contain one of the following identifier columns: either a hardware ID or a push token issued by notification gateways, or Pushwoosh user ID. Now let's see what is possible to do here in terms of building segments using tag conditions. For example, let's outline a segment of users who doesn't have the latest application version, also who have installed mobile application during last month. Also, let's take all the users who are marked as engaged users. And here we can add any additional criteria based on existing tags. In other words, on those tags and their values that's already populated in our platform. We do not limit our customers in terms of amount of tag conditions for the specific segment. This is how I can build the required conditions and few more options that are available here. First, I can calculate the audience size. This operation gives me an idea how many subscribed users are capable to receive my next notification. That's the one thing. Second thing, any segment can be exported into a CSV file, and this export will provide you with all the device identifiers of a selected segment, allowing you to process this data in any third-party analytics system if needed. Finally, here there is a send push button which redirects a Pushwoosh platform user to the send push form where we can compose the segmented message. And if I'll take a look to this at the segmentation tab, the required segment is already chosen. Compose the message, hit this blue whoosh button, and that's it. That's the basics of managing segments in Pushwoosh. Now, let's switch to some basic examples which are built with default tech conditions. For example, less application open criteria with some amount of dates. And the push alerts enabled criteria is a good solution for the reactivation push. Application version is something or greater or less than, and again, the push alerts enabled criteria is a good option for example, for the feature promotion. Finally, as we have already mentioned, the first application install criteria is pretty much simple. However, however, too powerful thing to start a welcome push or onboarding campaign. Speaking about some custom tags segmentation, let's say car rent industry. For example, if we have the date type tag which collects the last date of car rental, we can outline a couple of timestamps at the total amount of rents and make a special offer to our customers who weren't active within the mobile application for a long time. Let's say gaming, specific amount of money spent within the mobile application, account level, and last application open criteria. That's a good tag set for the reactivation push. Finally, if we are speaking about the e-commerce, let's take users who didn't make an order within the mobile app from in some specific country, and who didn't who installed the application less than in 7 days. That would be a good option for the activation push. That would be your part now.
Yep, correct. The next part is RFM, and I wanted to say hi for everyone joining the chat. We are happy to have you here. Regarding the RFM segmentation, that sounds like a complex thing to me, at least it was until we have launched it inside our platform, basically. So RFM stands for recency, frequency, and monetary, and those are the aspects that we use in order to create automated segments for future communication. So first of all, you can segment your user base based on their engagement level and target those segments with the most tailored communications. Basically, RFM ranks your users from the most loyal ones to those who are churning, and it actually builds a segment for each category of users inside your Pushwoosh account. The segmentation is kind of self-explanatory, but it's based on two metrics, which is recency and frequency. So how recently users performed a specific event or how frequently they performed that event. Monetary aspect is calculated basically on the value, how much money this person spent inside your application, and allow us to create more precise ranking. So yeah, from the slide you'll already have like 10 ready to work segments based on the event data. Now let's jump to the interface and see how it's going to look like. So you can found this RFM segmentation tab inside audience tab. What you want to do is, first of all, create a segment, create an event that will be transferring the information when your target action will be triggered. Um, Events are actually free to create right inside the control panel of Pushwoosh, although you will still need to implement this on the application side. Um, so yeah, let's just create a purchase event. And yeah, we have to have some attributes that will be transferring the target action. As I mentioned, the best way when we are talking about, for example, e-commerce, and we are tracking this purchase events inside attributes, we can transfer like total amount of the purchase, for example, with a type of the price. But when we are talking if you, for example, you don't want to share the monetization part of the things, you don't want to transfer these attributes to Pushwoosh, you actually can use something like total amount of orders, uh, so that you will have the understanding on how valuable this client is for your business, and just like swap it to integer, for example. I already do have this custom event. It's called purchase completed. Just a small like example on how you can use attributes. The delivery attribute boolean, that means you can send information to Pushwoosh regarding if it's gonna be a store pickup or the delivery is needed. Total amounts of product inside this purchase, and the purchase total, which is the price that user is paying inside the application. After we have set up this event inside control panel, as I mentioned, you will have to implement this inside the application. But we do have a like small snippets of code that you need to implement the app just to help you out with this integration. So let's say we have created this event, we have implemented this inside the application. After that, we are free to go with the RFM segmentation, basically. Right here, we have to choose one of the events that we will be using in order to create those segments. We do have this purchase completed event that I have created. And right here, we want to choose one of the attributes, which is the monetary one. And that's going to be purchase total. After that, we will hit calculate, and the push will do the rest of the job. Uh, that means that we will create those segments, and there's going to be a visual representation of what's going on with those segments. So as I mentioned, there is going to be 10 of those, and they will be created between the average spend for each user in the segment. So we do have champions. That's the most active users with the highest recency and frequency score. We do have loyal customers. That's the users with the highest frequency of the event performance. We do have potential loyalists, users who have performed the selected event very recently, have the potential to become loyalists or champions. Back to the, let's say, hibernating, which are users with the lowest recency and frequency scores, and they may be lost, or let's say at risk, users who have above average frequency but low recency score, and that means that there are huge possibilities to become strong candidates for re-engage campaigns, for example. Um, those visual segments, actually, you can use them upon clicking the segments. You will be redirected inside push notification form with the segmentation applied. So the filter is going to be chosen already, and you're actually free to use those inside your campaigns. One more thing, yeah, we had taken this demo from the Pushwoosh demo application, and we don't have any production users, but we do have a small representation on how it's gonna look like inside control panel when you actually do have working event in production. So as you can see here, each of those segments, we can see the amount of users inside them and the average monitor, so that you will actually be able to evaluate every segment and choose the best one to start your campaigns. So let's say we do have $4,000 with close to 10,000 users in at risk segment, and probably that's a good way to start your communication with those users, as they are really easily can be escalated to other better segments, let's say promising or potential loyalists. Um, Yeah, I guess we can jump to the cases next. Max, are you ready to take the lead? Uh, I see that you are on mute still. Yeah, great.
Um, what about now?
Yeah, sounds perfect to me. Please go
Hear
ahead.
me? Yeah, yeah. All right, thank you a lot. Okay, so now let's review a few cases based on segmentation in our customer journey builder. So now let's take a look, for example, at this onboarding scenario, which is based on the entry point, which is a start segment. So here we have a simple onboarding scenario that works in the following manner. Here I have the audience-based entry with the following rules for the journey start. Each day in the noon, the journey will be started for all the users who have installed the application during the last 24 hours. Each day, this audience will be new and unique. And this is what I'm going to do with this audience next. I will split those to those users who already signed up in the application and will take all the others. During the next day, I will wait for the registration in the application event. Those users who will complete the sign up will get the welcome or tutorial pop-up explaining them all the benefits of using the mobile application or short application tour and so on and so forth. And for those users who didn't react to who didn't made a sign up, I'll send them a reminder to do so. If they won't react to the reminder, I will mark those as disengaged users. So here in the customer journey, we have a capability to dynamically mark users with specific tag values. This will give you an opportunity, for example, in an onboarding scenario to outline a group of users who won't react to your communications, giving you an opportunity to outline a segment of disengaged users to try some re-engagement campaigns separately, or to take this segment as a basis for another customer journey. Those users who will make a sign up in the first attempt, again, will get some sort of a welcome or tutorial communications. That's the one thing. Now, let's take a look what is possible to do in terms of automation for retention. Now, let's take some opposite segment for example, for not for fresh application installs, but for those users who didn't open the app during last 2 weeks at least once. I'll do the following. I will check whether this audience is reachable by push notifications. Depending on this, I will make a couple of forks for this scenario. Those users who are reachable for pushes will get a 2-week retention campaign. Depending on whether they will open this push or not, I can do, well, basically, I can proceed with many options. However, in this scenario, I will mark those users who open this push as a segment of engaged users. For example, this will give us an opportunity to run some re-engagement campaigns separately, again, or start a new journey for this segment. Those users who didn't react to this retention campaign and weren't active within the mobile app technically can be reached via alternative communication channels. This option is available with our webhook module in the customer journey, which is capable to trigger external systems for sending SMS or WhatsApp messages. Now, what about users who are not reachable by push and weren't active within the mobile application? We can try to reach those users with in-app message if they will open the mobile application during some specific period of time. This can be 7 days, 1 month, a few more days. If by chance they will open the app, they can technically they are reachable for the in-app messages. Uh, one more scenario, well, let's take something related to e-commerce. All right, I have a small one here. That's pretty much simple. However, you can give it a try. For the retail or e-commerce application, let's take 7-day installs. In other words, all the installations that were done 7 days ago. Again, each day this audience will be new and unique, so we can make this journey recurring. Next, let's split this audience to a couple of branches. Those users who are paid ones, in other words, their in-app purchase value is not zero. We can dismiss those considering that they are fine. And let's take all the others. Next, the most obvious idea what to do with all the others is to give them some benefit or special offer. For example, 15% off for their first purchase in the push notification. And that's a pretty much simple scenario that can be easily built within our customer journey builder. Next, I would like to make a small announcement of the new segmentation capabilities that should be available in Pushwoosh by the end of Q1, meaning by the end of March. Let me switch back to our segment section. Here, I believe I had a segment which were already, yeah, which is already created. And as it was always available in Pushwoosh, this segment consists of tag values. Right now, I'm doing the following. I'm adding the new rules group. Here, I'm hitting this or and operator selector to end option. And here, I am now capable to add additional conditions, not with tag conditions, but with events. So in 1 or 2 weeks, Pushwoosh will release the capability to combine tag values and events for the same segments. This way, I've added additional behavioral rules to existing segment that will target all the users from a specific country with a specific platform, and those users who performed some specific actions within the application a certain amount of times. For example, here we are adding such a conditions that the segment will target users who purchased a paid plan within the app and made some specific achievements within the application. Basically, we can convert this, let's say, positive segment to target some users who are showing us the churn signs. For example, let's add such an event condition that the subscription was canceled during last 30 days and now achievements were reached. So very soon that will be possible to use both events and tag conditions for the similar segments. And these capabilities may drastically extend the existing segmentation tools in our platform. All right, Vlad, I believe that was my latest part.
Yeah, I guess so. What a great feature. So I guess that wraps up the topics that we had for today. Yeah, if you do have any questions, please feel free to share those inside the chat, and we will be able to take a look at them and give you the answers. Meanwhile, we do have like a huge documentation, so every tool that we have mentioned today, I guess besides 7-based segmentation, it's the Fire, that's the new one, and we don't have that. That was actually the first teaser for this tool, so you are the first one who will know about this tool at the moment. Yeah, so all the articles are available in the documentation for the other tools beside the event segmentation. We also do have a great support team that will be happy to answer any of your questions. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining. That was a pleasure to host this webinar for you today. I hope that everything that you got from our demonstration will impact your performance inside Pushwoosh. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Philip.
I guess we will see you next time in Q2.
Mhm.